Hey Facebook, I wanted to do one final post before the US election tomorrow. So voting starts pretty much in the next few hours over in New York State. 11 p.m. for us is it's about 7 a.m. for them, so that's probably when they're going to start voting, and it won't end till mid tomorrow for us in Australia. So it's going to be a very interesting process. It's going to be dragged out. Obviously, I wanted to reiterate my belief that I honestly think Trump's going to win, judging from the culture wars that we've sort of been seeing these last few years, and the journey a lot of people have gone through, mirroring that of my own being a progressive as well, but also a lot of people hardening in their belief of Trump. But I did also want to just say that don't be discouraged when you see the way that the media tries to drag this out and say we have to wait for mail-in ballots and this and that. I still think Trump will win in that case, because if something happens with mail-in voting where there's disputes, then it's going to automatically go straight to the Supreme Court if there's any disputes, or if there's other issues, depending on how they play it, because these things, sometimes they get played the wrong way. It'll go to the House of Representatives, which Trump definitely will have in his back pocket. So if you're unsure about any of the stuff happening tomorrow, we covered it all in my conversation with John Ruddick. But I want to make this brief because I'm very busy with CPAC Australia. I hope you guys in Melbourne are all right. I haven't had a chance to pick up my phone and look at what's going on there. It hasn't sounded good at all. I heard there was a parliamentarian down there covering it. So I look forward to hearing about what happened, but I'm not looking forward to hearing the effect it's had on people going on down there. I was really hoping that seeing the police sort of commissioner come out the other day in Victoria, I think it was the police commissioner, the one you guys always make fun of for being fat. When I saw him come out and say that it's a human right to protest, I thought, okay, maybe there's a glimmer of hope, but evidently that wasn't the case today, and I've seen just one video or two, and everyone's been trying to get a hold of me, but I've been just too busy with CPAC. The only reason I have time for this right now is because I'm waiting for a video to render actually for the conference. But for those of you at the conference tomorrow, it'll be great to see you. I know we're capped to 300 unfortunately just because of COVID restrictions, but I'm sure next year will be much bigger, hopefully over 1,000. But yeah, it's gonna be a very fascinating day. I did also want to go on record and say, guys, that I do think there will be violence after the election. If Trump wins, especially, it doesn't matter how big he wins, there's going to be violence after it. And on top of that, I also wanted to say that big tech, Facebook, the head of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he has said that if anyone tries to claim an early election win, and we all know that the only person that would be is Trump, then they're going to censor that. They want every mail-in vote to be counted first before they'll allow the consensus to be reached that the election is over. So that's very troubling. I've been trying to warn you guys about big tech for years now. I've only written 3 articles in my life on politics, and one of them was on big tech. In 2016, anywhere from 2.6 to 10.4 million votes were swung from from Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. We know that from the research of Dr. Robert Epstein when he looked at the studies going on in Google, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube as well. We know what's happened. You can look at his statements before Congress in the US, talking to Ted Cruz. We know what they're doing. And it's not great. It's not great for democracy. It's not great for any free-thinking people. And I just hope that progressives wake up and see that, as they have been, the big tech has been coming after progressives as well, not just conservatives. And I just hope that it's not too late for this. If Trump wins, at least we can solve that problem. If Biden wins, we're not. We're going to see censorship ramped up. We're going to see free thought stamped out. The corporation take over, a bigger government expand, China expand. We're going to see wars continue or ramp up even more in the Middle East, and North Korea is going to be a debacle, and it's not a good position for Australia. That's just the reality of it. But look, this is literally all the time I've got for this. I've got heaps to say, but not enough time to say it. I think I've spoken up about this topic as well, for as long as I think I've said enough these last few weeks on the topic. So my thoughts are all there. Why is it so important that I'm documenting all my thoughts? It's because the media is so crap at doing their job. They get paid billions of dollars to do their job every year, especially in Australia. Australian taxpayers pay $1 billion to the ABC every year, and they get nothing. They get nothing. They do such a terrible job, and yet they're held up as this standard by people like Anthony Albanese, as a standard of unbiased news. I don't mind if news is biased. I just don't pretend you're not biased. That's what I hate. I think that we would be in a much better state if our media was doing a good job. And I want to challenge everyone that is saying the polls are right. What should happen to these polling companies? What should happen to these media pundits if they're wrong on this election? Again, because they were wrong last time. Are they made redundant? Should they be taken seriously from here on? I want to hear from you. But look, I've got to go, guys. I've got a very busy day with CPAC tomorrow. I've been busy all week with this. Be sure to share the 2020 trailer I put out on my YouTube page. But I'll see you guys around tomorrow, and fingers crossed, pray. Who know? I think God knows both candidates need it, and America definitely needs it. There's going to be violence. But you guys have a good day, and I keep saying have a good election day, but I suspect it might turn into election week, maybe even election month, or even election quarter, depending on how this goes. But I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.